Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at some Tomica, whatever, premium models. We've got a Ferrari, we've got a Lamborghini, we got a Honda NSX, we got a Mitsubishi Starion, we got a Morris Mini and a Honda Prelude. So kind of a nice little mix of vehicles here. So if you're not familiar with Tomica Premium, it is kind of a middle ground between your basic Tomica and your Tomica Limited Vintage. So this is somewhere in between that, and you know, they got plastic wheels, they got plastic bases, they got metal bodies, but they have prototypical wheels, which is nice. So they got, they're not generic wheels. They're typically going to be not exactly 1/64 scale. They follow like the 3-inch model formula. So they're going to be varying scales because they're all basically the same size, if that makes sense. That's kind of a thing that some diecast companies do, like Majorette does it. Matchbox maybe used to do it. I don't know. And then these guys do it. So it's kind of a different philosophy as to what scale to make the vehicles, which, some people hate that. Some people don't really care. And I'm of the camp that I kind of wish they were 1/64 scale, truly 1/64 scale. But at the same time, I don't know. I like this brand. I collect them. They're interesting to me because they kind of have play value, but then they're kind of premium. And I don't know. They got their own kind of style to them, I guess. But they are supposed to be more or less accurate replicas of the cars. They're just not totally 1/64 scale. We're going to start with this crushed package one. So this one's a Honda Prelude, Tomica Premium, number 24. I think they start the number system over every year. But I'm not 100% certain on that, or if the numbers, I have no idea actually how the number system works. So I apologize in advance for that. Here is our Honda Prelude. So these cars are kind of neat. Now, they often have opening features. So this is almost like the Matchbox moving parts / Majorette. Like those are kind of things that are somewhat in line with what Tomica Premium is. And arguably, these are better than both of those brands, in my opinion. At least I think they are, because they don't have generic wheels. That's like a big factor, right? They don't have generic wheels, so that is quite a bit of a upgrade to not have generic wheels. However, they are plastic wheels. So if you're not into plastic wheels and you have to have rubber tires for it to be a good model to you, this is not a brand for you. And they have a plastic base. So plastic base, plastic wheels, and tires, but the best plastic wheels and tires I think you're ever going to get. So as you can see, this model is pretty nice. You also get inserted details for the taillights. So check that out. So yeah, we got inserted taillights. There's some orange peel on the paint job of this particular example, which is too bad. But usually the paint is quite good on these. Honda logo, nice and crisp there. This particular model's got opening doors, which are done fairly good. We got an interior that's molded, but not a whole ton of detail, just a disc there for the steering wheel. So nothing too crazy there in the form of detail. The door gap is quite obvious. Not the best door gap I've ever seen, but not terrible either. And then these have suspension. So they got a little suspension system in there. They roll really nice, and overall, they feel like pretty high quality. But here's your Honda Prelude, which I think is a pretty new model from Tomica Premium. So, not a bad looking little model. Not bad, right? So let's go into, we'll go to the Morris Mini. Check this one out. So the rest of these are actually still like sealed. That crushed one, I think I just opened just to make sure the model was okay, because it got crushed in transit, unfortunately. So this is a Morris Mini, and it is in, does it tell you the scale on it? Usually it tells you the scale. Where is it? Well, it'll tell us on the bottom of the casting anyway, so let's go ahead and get it open. So again, they try to keep these all about the same size, which is why this Morris Mini is going to be gigantic. Because it is about almost the length of the Prelude. So I don't know what the dog is about this, but apparently dogs like Tomica Premium. Maybe it just means the dog could eat it, and that would be bad. I'm not sure, but that's a happy dog there. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. All right. This is in 1/50th scale. Copyright date 2023. No suspension on this model, which is a little bit odd. This one does have inserted details, googly eyes up front here. Looks like Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. Got that kind of face going on. Yeah, nice reference to that because that's absolutely hilarious. Series, or was. No opening features on this one. That's a little odd. Normally these things have some sort of opening feature. No, just painted details, rolling wheels, no suspension. This is going to be the odd man out in this these 6 cars that we have to look at. That is a bit odd. But if you like a Morris Mini, and Morris Mini's got some fans, if you like a Morris Mini, you might like a Tomica Limited Vintage, or not Limited Vintage, Tomica Premium Morris Mini. I don't think Tomica Limited Vintage ever put out a Morris Mini. Be kind of cool if they did, but it'd be super tiny. You know who actually makes a good Morris Mini? Greenlight. Greenlight does a decent job. And you know who else does a good Mini? Schuco. Schuco does a decent job as well. So if you're into those, into this car in general, you might want to pick up, you know, maybe this one, maybe those other 2. All right. Kind of odd though, because it's missing some of the kind of telltale or kind of, you know, features that we're used to with these models, which is going to be suspension, some sort of opening feature. And this doesn't have either one of those. Let's look at the NSX next. This is the Honda NSX-R, and you'll notice that the box for this is red. So the red box models are first edition limited colors, is what they are. So these ones are typically more expensive to try to get because there's less of them made than the standard color. The standard color for this, I think, might have been red or white. I can't quite remember. I do have it somewhere. But if you get a red box Tomica Premium, it is a little bit more special, I guess, than the black box ones. These are made in more limited quantities, from what I understand. I can't get this freaking thing open. I thought I might have just busted a nail. That's what it felt like. Man, that is giving me fits. All right. So a red box, black car, Honda NSX-R. So let's go ahead and open it up. This one came in a little plastic protecto thing, which I guess is cool to keep the box in good shape if you care about that. This one also has a interesting piece of cardboard over the top. I don't recall ever seeing that, but that might be because it's got an opening feature that I'm not remembering. All right, so there's the car. And as you can see, it's a pretty good version of the NSX. It does have suspension. Here's a look at the base. It's in 1/60th scale, so it's a little bit big. And does this one have an opening feature? Oh, you get nice detail in the back there. Look at that. That looks pretty good. I like that big light bar in the back. Taillight. Looks really good. The interior actually looks pretty decent in this one, too. You got red seats. That's cool. Does this thing... I believe the Tomica Limited Vintage has an opening engine compartment. This one I don't think does. It has a plastic top, though. So no opening feature on this one either, which is okay. I mean, I don't really mind that it doesn't have an opening feature. I do like when they do have something that opens that isn't the doors, though. I think it's kind of fun. But not a bad looking model. Not terrible. Again, it's got like play value and stuff. It's, you know, it's plastic tires. The paint seems pretty good quality. You can roll it around your desk or whatever, what have you. And it's not a bad version of this vehicle. The headlights look pretty good. Again, the taillights look really good. The graphic is crisp and overall looks pretty decent. All right, so there's 3 of our models that we were going to look at today. Let's do this. I don't think they'll even stay. These things roll very, very well. Go ahead. I guess we'll put all this back in here. Shove all that back in the box. Close up the box. We'll set that there. We'll set the car there. All right. Let's do that. All right. Next is the Mitsubishi Starion, which Auto World had recently come out with. Now we get this one. It's really interesting how diecast companies tend to like really, I don't know, license things at the same time, which makes me just think that, I don't know, there's some conspiracy theory there. Scale 1/62. This one's going to have opening doors, as you can tell from the little picture there. Ooh, this one comes in a full cardboard piece, which is weird. Normally these don't. Normally these just come in these plastic bags. You don't normally see that. Which I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's to prevent the oils from the bag kind of like breaking down and affecting the paint, because I have seen that happen. So, not necessarily with these, but with other things. Let's put that there. All right, this one does not have suspension. It's got a nice stance though. Look at that. The wheels almost look like they have some camber to them. So this one's going to have opening doors. There you go. Pretty sure that looks a little goofy. These doors probably are supposed to open with the window frame, right? Like it's cast in there. So, I mean, same thing with these, right? These would all open with the window frame. It's kind of goofy that they do that they do an opening door like that. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to open with the actual full frame of the window. I don't know. Just an observation there. This one also has the coolest feature ever from a diecast company, which is a pop-up, up and down headlights. There's that right there. They're just painted silver. There's no insert or anything. You get inserts for the tail. That looks pretty good. And then, of course, you got these pop-up, up and down headlights, which are really cool. Really cool. They've done a few models like that. What scale is this one in? Yeah, 1/62. That's a nice version of the Starion. It would be cool to see a Tomica Limited Vintage one with pop-up, up and down headlights. That would be really neat. I don't know if we're ever going to see it, but here's this. Sometimes we do see, though, when they do put up models in Tomica Premium, there's also a version of Tomica Limited Vintage. So Tomica Limited Vintage, there is a Prelude, and there also is a Honda NSX. I don't know if it's the R, but I know there's a NSX. I have one of them for sure, maybe even 2 of the NSXs. I know one of them's a basic one, and maybe one they did put out was the R. Not 100% on that. But here is this guy. And again, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's not bad. It's kind of neat. I have quite a big collection of these cars. So, all right. Next is the Enzo Ferrari official licensed Ferrari product. So let's take a look at this. If we can get this stained plastic off of here, which is being irritating and difficult. Come on. Come on. I'm destroying the box while I'm trying to rip this off of here, but we got it. Are we going to see a weird... This is a newer model, too, so maybe it'll have some weird plastic crap on it. It doesn't, or weird cardboard. Here's your Ferrari. Number 20, officially licensed. And it is 162 scale, so close to 164. This one does not have suspension. We have inserted details for headlamps. We've got painted taillights, and then we've got a nice looking motor in there. That is pretty cool. I don't think that this opens, although it feels like it almost could. And that is a no. This is actually, that's plastic, top of this car. So it does not open, and that's okay. And I don't know, overall, it looks pretty good. Again, would love to see a Tomica Limited Vintage Enzo. That would be really cool. I don't think there is, like the best Enzo we got right now is probably an unlicensed one. That's the best one I got in my collection. Is Agitator, I think was the faux brand it was. That one's pretty cool, but it'd be cool to get a licensed one, like a Tomica Limited Vintage Enzo. It'd be a limited Vintage Neo Enzo. It'd be very cool, though. Would be very, very cool. All right, so there's our Enzo Ferrari, and then we got Lamborghini Murciélago. Murciélago. Open up that one. This one's also came in a plastic case, and it's also a red box with Lamborghini licensing. Of course, these are all licensed models, and I did get some of them, by the way, from AliExpress. You can get licensed models from AliExpress as well as unlicensed models. You guys know I have a bit of an addiction to that website. All right, and here we go. Pop it out of the box, and we get it in yellow. Looks pretty good, not bad. No suspension on this model either, though. We do get nice looking inserted taillights. Pretty good. And headlights as well. No opening features on this model, but that's okay. If they attempted to do the doors, it probably would have looked bad. They've done a few Lambos, though, with scissor doors. Namely, the Diablo had scissor doors, and it looks really cool. I actually quite like it. This model's not bad, though, either. Looks pretty decent. I've got for both the NSX and this one, I've got like the standard release of it that came out around the same time. The non-red box model, and it's, what color is it? I think it's red, or is it black? I can't remember. Either way, it looks pretty good. So then you got this one in yellow. Yellow, red, black, kind of standard colors. Maybe it's green, actually, or maybe it's orange even. I'm not even sure. I guess I have no clue. All right, so this model looks okay. Looks pretty good. Those wheels look a little meh. That's the only other thing. They don't like put black wash in the wheels, so they don't have a really good illusion of depth. If they were painted black inside of there, that would be really good. Same goes for all of these up here. But anyway, just a quick little showcase on a few models that I picked up from Tomica Premium. Let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments below. This will be in the Premium Import Diecast playlist, which I think is probably the best place for it. But you guys let me know otherwise. But I think that's where it should be. So, yeah. All right. That's going to be it for this little show here. Again, let me know what you think, and you guys have a great day.